Hello Pisces, thank you so much for joining me. I hope all is well in your world today. I really apologise for the lateness in this reading. In fact, we're just a week and a bit left of August when I'm filming this, but I'm hoping that it might still be of good use to you because August has been quite bumpy for quite a lot of us. So I'm going to use these lovely Whispers of Ganesha cards by Angela Hartfield to get your general theme of your reading. So should we get straight into it and let's have a little bit of a look at what's you've got in store for the last week or so of August. So let's give these a bit. Oh, one's jumped out. We've got protection. Have a couple more. Okay, we have divine support and we have spiritual quest. So it's quite a spiritual month, I think, for you, for a spiritual week for this last week of August. Divine support, protection and spiritual quest. So this says to me that maybe the theme for you this month is revolving, or this week is revolving around your spiritual work that you are doing. Maybe some of you are looking a little bit closer at your inner world, or maybe sort of throwing some questions out there about questions about your faith in some way. Maybe things are coming to be revealed to you. Things are starting to feel a little bit clearer. But the important thing to know is that you are divinely supported and you are protected. So if you are moving forward through this last month, or if your is feeling quite difficult and you're looking towards your faith, looking towards the things that you believe in that usually help you through, I think this is just a little bit of a heads up to know that you are loved, you're supported and you are protected. So it's all good. So I've just thrown a card on the floor to kick off with, so I'm going to pick that up. Nothing new there. Oops. We have the Death card. So I'm going to take that. I'll leave that on the side there. And that is all about new beginnings. So it may well be that you are starting to look at your spirituality in a whole different way. Or you've had some sort of revelation about it and things are feeling a little bit different to you. So let's look at some past energy. We've got the Hermit has popped out already. The King of Cups is out. And we'll take that one because she wants to come out. We've got the Nine of Swords. So in your past energy, the Hermit is all about looking within or working on yourself or collecting all of the wisdom that you've learned throughout your life or through a period of introspection. And then maybe sharing it with others, sharing your wisdom with others. We have the King of Cups, and he is quite a solid character, I want to say. His energy is quite solid. His emotional energy is certainly very solid. He's sat on this island in the middle of the sea there, and all the waves and the boats are flying around him. And yet he's sat there quite contented, quite confident. He's not being swayed by any of this energy that's going on around him. And he's just sat there, doing him, being contented and not being knocked by any of the waves. And then we've got the Nine of Swords, and that is all about the stresses that keep us maybe awake at night, the stresses that we wake up with in the morning, we go to sleep with at night, the thing that's constantly on our mind, that's dragging us down, that's causing us a lot of stress and heartbreak. So these cards all together in your recent past, I think that you have been on a journey, or you have begun a journey of introspection, of beginning to look within and beginning to maybe delve a little bit deeper into the hidden sides of maybe our connection to source, or maybe you've been delving into connecting with your intuition, or you may have been looking at the sides, beginning to work with your shadow side, the parts that we don't always want to look at. And I think this is all intertwined. Whatever work you've been going on is very much intertwined with, the things that you believe in, your spirituality. And you've begun collecting all of this wisdom, all of this knowledge through all of the work that you've been doing, and it's really helped you to be in a more emotionally stable place. But maybe you've been having or something has come. Oh, drops another card there. Something has come up that's causing you quite a lot of stress and distress, that's keeping you awake at night, that maybe that you're struggling to resolve it, and maybe in the past you would have resolved it by connecting to that deeper side of you, that spiritual side of you, but you're feeling at a little bit of a loss with it, and you don't know how to deal with it. And I think this is where this divine support and this protection comes up, because I think, you may be looking outwards for this support and this protection, but I think the answers are really inside, and maybe you need to delve a little bit deeper and quieten yourself down and really ask yourself those important questions, because they're within you, they're not without you. Let me find this card. There you go. It's a card of conflict, and I think this is what you're having at the moment. It's inner conflict, because you're just really at a loss of which way to turn to resolve this thing that's causing you a lot of stress. I'll have one more card for your past energy. Excuse me, I've got a really silly top on that's causing my microphone to be annoying, so I apologise if there's any sound issues with this. It's just really warm outside today. Right, let's have another. We've got the Eight of Wands. So this is swift movement. So this has hopefully been resolved quite quickly in your recent past. Let's find some current energy. Let's find some current energy, see what's going on at the moment. This recent past could have been as recent as yesterday. Doesn't have to be, sort of weeks ago or the beginning of the month. This could have been just literally as recent as yesterday. This thing that's causing you stress, this conflict, this, this fast moving, or maybe the Eight of Wands is something that's come upon you really quickly that, you just didn't see coming. Okay, current energy for Pisces. We've got the Empress, we have the Hanged Man, and we have the Seven of Swords. I'm going to pull a couple of clarifiers straight away. King of Swords, King of Wands, and Seven of Wands. So the Empress is all about creativity. She's all about nurturing, and she's very much about being kind to others, but also very much to herself. And I think that's actually what this card is for, why she's popped up at this moment. I think it's all about having compassion and love for yourself, and being kind to yourself, and maybe nurturing yourself. So, really looking after yourself, whether that comes down to what you are eating, whether you are having enough rest, whether you're being too hard on yourself. I I think that she has come in for that specific reason, just for that lovely nurturing energy, that loving, compassionate energy. We've got the Hanged Man, and that's all about looking at things from a slightly different perspective. So it's very easy when we're feeling quite stressed, when there's a lot of stress within our life that's suddenly come upon us, or something that's causing us stress. Sometimes we have to really take a step back to look at things from a slightly different perspective, to gain better perspective on the situation, to gain that enlightenment. Because the Hanged Man here, he's been hanging upside down, he's been very patient, and he's become enlightened. He's got this lovely glowing light around his head, this pure light. And that's the light of enlightenment. And I think, you know, by looking at things from a slightly different perspective, you're going to gain more knowledge and more understanding about what's happening, about the whys and the wherefores of things, and which may then help to alleviate your stress. We have the Seven of Swords, and this is the card of deception. And so, you know, you may feel like you've been deceived by somebody, or you know, it could be that you're deceiving yourself. It's also the card of lying, cheating, stealing. You know, have you got a situation? Is this part of the situation that's causing you to feel stressed? Are you feeling like you're being deceived or lied to? I'll pull a clarifier for that. Maybe that's at the crux of the matter. But the important thing is that you need to look at things from a slightly different perspective. We've got the Magician's just popped out, and the Knight of Wands. So the Magician is all about having all the tools that you need to get the job done. And the Knight of Wands is about taking action towards your passions and joys. So by maybe hanging on to this feeling of deception, this feeling of being deceived, you know, you're holding yourself back from being able to move onwards, get the job done, however that fits with the situation, to get, you know, to resolve the situation, I suspect, to resolve the situation, because you can resolve the situation, this thing that's causing you stress and upset, and you need to do whatever it is that takes you towards your joys and passion. So you need to look at things from a slightly different perspective. Be kind to yourself, because the Empress is telling us that we need to be kind to ourselves, and we need to nurture ourselves, and know that you have the tools, you have whatever it takes to resolve this situation in a favourable way, and to help you go towards your joys and passions. So we have the King of Swords, and he is very clear thinking. He is very analytical, and he's very knowledgeable. So, you know, you're being asked to embody this energy, as well as the King of Wands. He knows what he wants. He knows how he's going to get it, and he's taking action. So both of those cards together are a really strong couple, because he, you know, the King of Wands got the brains, the know-how, the spark to do it, and the King of Swords, he has got the knowledge, the know-how, the brains on how to get this done. So I think maybe you need to listen to those parts of you, maybe listen to what's going on in your brain, maybe to look at it from an analytical perspective, and try and find that spark to get things done, to move things on, to resolve the issue. Now we've got here the the Seven of Wands, and that is all about defending your position, defending, you know, having to maybe defend your perspective to others, and maybe that's what's causing you stress. But I think this is all about looking at things from a slightly different perspective. Let's have one more card on this to pull everything together. Oops. Okay, Pisces, let's have one more card. Nostalgia, the card of nostalgia. So maybe that's what's needed to help you find some clarity, to help you have some perspective on it, to look towards the past, to remind yourselves about what's happened in the past. Maybe that will help you to resolve any of these issues, to help you find perspective, to help you move forward. Okay, so let's find some current energy, Pisces. Let's move those cards out the way. And oh, one's flown out already. Okay, we'll have the Fool, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords. So we've got the feminine energy of our previous king, two kings of Wands and Swords. We've got the king, both the queens now. And we'll have one more. So we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Fool, and we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. So the Knight of Cups, I think he's bringing you something. I think it's bringing you peace of mind. I think he's bringing you settled emotions. He's bringing you a gift, and he's helping you to calm the way that you feel. Because, you know, despite the fact that you've had the King of Cups in your past energy, you were feeling quite settled and quite prepared to share your knowledge and your the things that you've learnt with others. I think something's happened and it's really shaken you, and it's caused you quite a lot of stress. And I think, you know, in your current energy, you're being asked to nurture yourself, to look at things from a different perspective, to know that you've got the tools that you need to work towards your joys and passions, and maybe to look at the past, look at, the nostalgia of things, to use that to help you to resolve any stresses and pain that you've got going on. That's just sort of come about really quickly. And then in the future, you're being brought this cup by the Knight of Cups, that I think is sort of a soothing cup, I want to say, that's going to help you start feeling a little bit more centered, a little bit more back in balance and back in control of your deeper emotions. And I'm looking back up and being drawn back up here to all these lovely Ganesha cards, and to know that you've got the divine support that you need, you have got the protection you need to help you to smooth all this out. This is just a little blip, I feel like, in this last month of the ever-giving month of August that just keeps giving. And I think moving onwards, you're starting to feel a little bit better. You're being soothed by this Knight of Cups, and then you're beginning your new journey. Whatever this situation is that's caused you stress and pain and has been very conflicting, you're starting now on a new journey. You're starting new beginnings, fresh start, onwards and leaving all that behind you. And I've just looked it up here. We've got spiritual quest, and the Fool is on a quest. He's on a quest to work through all of the cards in the tarot. It's the beginning of the major arcana, and he's off on a quest. He's off on a new journey, and I think maybe your spirituality will be entwined a little bit more in how you're moving forwards. Maybe it will just be in the background of how you move forwards, but I think it may well be there and be a part of how you're beginning to move onwards. We've got the Queen of Wands. Now, she's the very feminine energy. She's very nurturing. She is very confident. She knows where she's going. She knows how she's going to get there. And she's not afraid to work towards her passions, her joys, in a much softer way than the kings in your current energy. So in this future energy, you're going to be, less yang, less taking really fierce action. It's going to be more of a gentle moving forward on this new journey. We've got the Queen of Swords as well. So she's, as we had the King earlier on, we've got the Queen here. And she's very analytical, she's very knowledgeable, and she's doing it in a gentler way. She's really analysing, the situation. She's coming from a feminine perspective, and she's realising, she's learned from what's happened in this past and your current energy, and she's using, things are becoming clearer. She's finding more clarity of mind from that different perspective, and she and you are moving towards this 10 of Pentacles energy, which is the energy of abundance, of enjoyment, of the good things in life, on your new journey, on your new adventure, with the Queen of Wands helping you and the Queen of Swords, and you're off to new horizons. So this could be figuratively, or this could be you just looking about where you can find growth, where you can find expansion, where you can see all these new shoots on his wands there, where you can find ways that you can improve, you can grow, you can do things better on your new journey. So let us find some cards. 3 cards that'll give us a little bit of advice, a little bit of guidance for the last week or so of August. Okay, we've got strength, inner strength. 2 of Swords is all about choices, and the Emperor is another strength card. So strength there, she's wrangling, she's sort of managing to keep her lion under control there. And if we think about the lion as being our inner world, our mind, essentially, because our mind can run away with us, our mind can create scenarios that that aren't actually that are blown up into bigger proportion than they actually are. The lion there, she's keeping it under control, she's dealing with it. She knows that she's got these things that she's got within her that can be quite fiery, that can be quite challenging, but she's keeping that under control. She's not letting the lion rule her. She's being strong, she's being a strong character. We've got the 2 of Wands, and this is all about making choices and not procrastinating on a choice, because when we don't make choices, nothing changes, things just stay the same. But when we make a choice, things begin to move, the energy begins to shift, and things ever so gradually, sometimes it can be quickly like that, but sometimes ever so gradually, as we're starting to make these decisions, things begin to change. And she's a little bit afraid to look at her choices, because she knows that once she makes that choice and she starts to make a decision, then things will start to change, and that can be quite scary and overwhelming. So she's keeping that blindfold on. Needs to come off, and things need to move forward, because if we don't change, then things stagnate, and we don't want that. We don't want that at all. Change is how life is. Change is how the earth is how the universe is. Things are constantly changing. We just have to look outside. You know, it's summer now. In a few weeks, it will be changing into autumn, and then it'll change into winter, and then you know, it's that constant cycle, the constant change. Nothing needs to stay the same. So we need to make choices. We need to help that wheel of fortune keep moving, so that we can learn, we can grow, we can expand, and you know, we can have all the good things in life. We have the Emperor here, and he again is a really strong card. He can be a card of holding your ground. He can be the card of just finding that strength that you need. He can be the card of taking action. He can be the card of just really knowing what he wants. He can be a father figure, a male figure in your life, or somebody with that dominant male energy that may come in and help you to you know, make the choices, do the things and support you in, and give you advice maybe on where to next. Yeah, but you know, the point is that you've got the strength to know, you know, to help you to move forward on this new. I'm sorry, I just keep looking down here at the Fool. The Fool is just constantly drawing me in. You're in a new beginning. This is a new start, and you're off on a new adventure. And you've got the strength, the inner strength, and the actual strength to do this. You just need to make the right, appropriate choices, and that is it. So I hope, Pisces, that has been helpful for you for the last week of August. I do apologise. You will have your reading on time for September. At the moment, it's all going to plan, but who knows? We still have got a last week of August, so anything could happen, but you know, we're on track at the moment. Have a great day. If you like the reading, if you'd like to see more, then please like, subscribe. It just helps the channel grow and me to get my readings out to other people. So have a lovely day. I will see you again soon. Take care.